Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lydia and today I want to show you how to make Romanian crepes. In Romania, crepes are actually called Clatite, so if you want to add a new word to your vocabulary, Clatite for Romanian crepes. Some of you guys have been asking me to make some Romanian food. The thing is, whenever I make savory food on my channel, I notice that a lot of you guys don't watch them. And that's kind of a bummer because I really do enjoy making savory food. I don't just like making, sweets. I love baking, don't get me wrong, but I do also enjoy making savory stuff for you guys. But since the watch time and the views are kind of low on the savory stuff, for now I'm going to be putting off savory stuff aside. I'm not going to be baking a lot of Romanian desserts just because Romanian desserts are really labor intensive. They're nothing like American desserts and they really do take a lot of time, and right now, since I'm pressed for time, I just don't have the energy, the time, and the help to be able to make Romanian desserts, like classic Romanian desserts. They take hours and hours and hours to make just because they're layered, and I ain't got time for that. So that's my little disclaimer. I'm going to stick with crepes just because they're super easy to make and they kind of come together fast. I think you guys can make them. I think you guys are gonna love them. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel for more recipes, and let me show you how to make Romanian Clatite. To start making Romanian crepes, or Clatite as we Romanians like to call them, I like to melt my butter that is going to go into my batter. So I'm going to melt it in the same skillet that I'll be making my Clatite in. I'm just melting it over medium heat. Once your butter is nicely melted, take it off the heat and then crack your eggs and add them to a blender. I'm using 2 eggs. Use whatever kind of blender you have. I have this Ninja. Use what you have on hand. Add your milk to your blender and then go ahead and add that melted butter right away in. Make sure you get every last drop if you can. Add in your flour, your sugar, and your salt. You can add more if you need to once you make your first Clatite and you taste it. Next, add in your sparkling water. So here I was opening it and it exploded. That was a complete accident. If this happens, make sure you clean up your mess after you. I always have this kind of stuff happen to me. So I added 2 tablespoons of sparkling water. I ended up adding more once I made my first Clatite and I adjusted anything that I wanted to. So I added a little bit more salt as well. But again, it's all up to you and your personal preference. So go ahead and blend this until it is nice and smooth. You can use a hand mixer. However, I do not like to do that because you tend to still get lumps and you do want your batter to be extremely smooth. So this is the consistency that you are looking for. You want a smooth and pretty thin consistency. I actually like mine a little bit thinner, so I'll be adding more water later on. Next, you want to make sure your skillet has been preheating for about a minute or so, and then you want to brush it with some butter, and then you want to add your batter onto it and just swirl it around so it coats the edges. And now this is going to be a personal preference of yours. If you like your batter thicker, add more batter. If you like yours thinner, add less. And if you like yours super thin like me, just water it down a little bit more. It's all up to you. You guys can make your Clatite however you like. You'll know it's time to flip your Clatite over once the top is dry and there is no more wetness on top and then the edges are golden brown. I like to check mine before I flip it just to make sure it is cooked through, and then I flip it. You want to cook it for another minute or so. So you're kind of looking for it to be brown on both sides. Once it is looking like that, I like to peek again just to make sure it is completely cooked. I like to take it off the heat and I like to start stacking them on a plate. And then I'm going to just show you how I do one more just because I don't think anyone wants to watch me make Clatite all day long. So this is actually the batter once I thinned it out a lot. As you can see, the thin Clatite, they cook a lot faster than the thicker ones. So keep that in mind. Be gentle with them just because Clatite tend to break a lot quicker. They are a delicate little, dessert. So keep that in mind. Also, don't worry if your Clatite aren't perfect. It does take a little bit of time and practice to get perfect at Clatite making or crepe making. Just keep in mind, I have over 20-year practice and a fish spatula really helps when you are making Clatite. So make sure you guys pick one of those up if you are in the market for one. So after you are finished making these, you can take them off the heat and then you can allow them to cool. I like my Clatite the second day. I think the second day Clatite are much better than the first day, but it's entirely up to you. So go ahead and start topping yours with your favorite toppings. My favorite way to top Clatite are actually with sour cream and some sugar. Now I know you're probably thinking that sour cream sounds nasty for a sweet dessert because sour cream is used for savory foods, but you guys have to try this. It is really good. Trust me on this. My mom actually does it this way and I love it. It reminds me of her and I just think it's delicious. Besides, my mom is as Romanian as it gets, so we're keeping to the tradition by making this one into a sour cream and sugar crepe. And traditionally, Romanians just roll their clatite up. It's pretty simple and basic. I mean, you can fold them up however you like, but that's basically how a clatite looks. And then you can slice it. And I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. So it's really pretty on the inside. It has cream and sugar. What is not to love about it? Just try it, you guys. I promise it's really good. Then Romanians also like to add jam to their clatites. Now, this is not like a personal favorite of mine. It's more like a traditional thing that I like to do just because it reminds you of tradition. And since I'm so far from family and Romanian people here in Georgia, I like to keep with tradition. So I'm just adding some jam. Don't add this much jam unless you love jam. I don't like that much jam in mine. I personally think it's too much. And then I just rolled it up. So I was using, I think, a blueberry jam and an apricot jam I'm using over here. And again, I'm just rolling it up. My mother-in-law actually likes to roll up the clatite and make it, so they're all ready and everything. I tend to just leave mine stacked and everyone can, make their own however they like. It's entirely up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And of course, here is the classic Nutella clatite, and I just like to do mine in a line. That's usually how I do my clatite with jam. I was just trying to show you guys so you guys can see the jam. But yeah, this is how I like to do, or how I like to make my clatite, and then I just rolled that up as well. So you guys have a variation of clatite that you guys can make. This is what they look like. You don't make a bunch of clatite with this recipe, so make sure you're doubling or tripling the clatite if you are trying to serve more people. But if it's just, you and your small family, it should be the perfect amount for all of you guys and a little bit extra. So I feel like when Romanians tend to make clatite, the clatite tend to be super eggy and pretty dense because of all the flour they add. And usually not all Romanians add the sparkling water, but I feel like these clatite are light. They're not eggy. They're not dense. They're soft and pillowy. You can just eat them like they're nothing. The butter doesn't even make them super heavy or anything like that. You guys have to give these a try. Once you bite into one, you guys will go back for more and more. And those sour cream and sugar ones are so delicious. I think you guys are going to love them. But seriously, make this recipe and make it your own. Add more sugar or more salt if you need to, or more water if you like them super thin like me, or if you guys like them thicker, just don't add any of the water. But I really do believe that the sparkling water helps with the lightness and the airiness to these clatite. These Romanian clatite will just melt in your mouth. They're so soft and delicate. Make sure you use the toppings of your choice. The possibilities are definitely endless. And if you guys want the recipe, make sure you check out my video description because that's where it's found. I should be called the queen of Romanian clatite just because I've been making clatite forever. That was one of my first things that I've ever made by myself in the kitchen besides those box cake mix stuff. Yeah, we won't talk about that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you guys are going to try making Romanian clatite. They're super delicious, easy, light, and they kind of just melt in your mouth and disappear. Make a few batches of these. They do take a while to make, but hey, it's totally worth it. Give this to your family and friends. They will love you. They will definitely appreciate your hard work. Get super creative with them, and then you guys can tell your people that you made Romanian clatite. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Make sure you are subscribed before you click off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it this far. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you're at, or a wonderful night. Until next time, see ya. Bye.